So, hi guys. I'm really sorry I haven't posted anything in a week or so. I've been going through some stuff and I've been trying to figure out a way to tell y'all what happened. And there's really no other way other than just to say it. I got a, I have a 128 gig SD card in my phone, which is what most of you know that have been watching me for a while. I do everything by my phone because I don't have a tablet or a laptop. So I have no other way to save my videos. So I put them on my SD card thinking that that's the safest place for them, that nothing can happen to them. Well, I got a system update for my phone the other day, which I've gotten a million times before, and nothing bad ever happened. Um, I did the system update, and I was wondering what was going on because it took a little longer than normal, and then when it came back on, it said that my SD card was corrupted, and I panicked because I had 4,000 some odd pictures along with every video I've made from 10 months ago in New York on this thing. And it said in order to fix it, to make sure your SD card can go on other files, it said format. And I was under the impression that was going to fix the corruption and not hurt anything. Well, the next thing I know, after I hit format, my entire SD card was completely wiped out. Every video, every picture that I've had, all of my stuff from the Boondocking Bash that I was so backed up on, everything's gone. I can never get it back. I have it saved nowhere else other than ones that I have on YouTube. I'm really sorry, but this is what I keep trying to tell you guys, that technology hates me. I am so not technology friendly. I am really impressed that I've ever even been able to figure out how to do a YouTube channel and how to do the editing, and it's taken me these 2 years to get where I am today. So that hit me pretty hard because it's not just videos and pictures for me. It's because of my memory issues. There are ways to look back on things that I can't remember, ways to figure out dates and stuff like that that I can't remember. Yeah, so all of my footage is gone. I literally cried myself to sleep that night. I could not believe that within just one little button click, everything for just wiped out my last 10 months of my life. And I'm really, really sorry that I have no footage now, and I had so many awesome videos that were coming for the Boondocking Bash, and it's all gone. And I can't get it back. It's just gone. And it's still not sitting well with me. I'm still really upset about it. So yeah, I messed up big time. I I don't understand these things. I don't understand the technical words. Why do they have to use the word format? Why can't they just say this will delete everything? Instead of telling me that it'll make it uncorrupted, and it just wiped out my entire life, basically, for the last 10 months. All of the footage that I had of the master cylinder being replaced, all of the footage I had of my friend Bob putting in the battery, and now I have lights, and I can use the water pump and everything, and, I will show you, today I filled the propane. I know it works. Haven't tried the heater yet. Need to clean out a old mouse nest that was in there that I missed when I went through this thing when I bought it. I do have mouse traps set up, humane ones, because I had an unwelcome visitor at Dome Rock, and there was a giant mouse on my sink, and when I went to catch him, he disappeared down my stove. So I've got to find the holes and put some foam insulation in them, figure out where they're coming from, where they're getting in from, and go from there. But I was really excited that when I tested the water pipes today that there was no leaks anywhere other than the sink in the bathroom, like I said, which has a lip on it, so all the water was running into the drain anyway. But everything worked. Everything worked fine. Every pipe in this thing works. No leaks. No nothing. So I could technically use my plumbing if I can get that piece fixed. So I need to save up some money. Until then, I'm getting a porta potty because I can't do this anymore. I can't. It doesn't work for me, the whole composting thing. The separation thing it doesn't work well. So, yeah, I need a toilet. So I'm going to go buy a porta potty, and I don't care if I have to make a cute little table out of it where it looks indiscreet otherwise, but I'll shove it under my table if I have to for now until I can get the money saved up that I need to replace those pipes. I'm trying to think of all of the things that I lost besides, all the Boondocking Bash footage. I mean, all the stuff of when I was so excited to put those videos up too for y'all, and they're gone forever. So I was going to go to the Sky Bar today, or Sky Bar, I just want to call it the Sky Bar, the Desert Bar. I was invited to go to the Desert Bar, but I think something came up. Maybe the person had to work or something. But yeah, that's the update. Things are getting fixed slowly but surely. There is progress, like I have lights now, and I'm so happy about that. I have my propane tank filled. I can finally use my stove, so I can put the Coleman one with the camping gear and not have to worry about taking that out anymore. And as soon as I get that mouse nest cleaned out, I'm going to use a friend's vacuum to do that, after I get the big part out, and vacuum up the rest. And I got cleaning supplies to clean the turds or whatever, and bleach and everything. Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. Good news, bad news. I lost all of my footage for the last 10 months of my life, and the stuff that I didn't get to upload, I'll never get back, because of a mistake, partly on my part, but I have learned something. I will never do another system update on my phone without taking my SD card out first, because that's all I have. I have an external hard drive, but I believe I need a computer to hook it up to in order to save the stuff on there, and I need someone to show me how to do it, because I have absolutely no clue how to do that. Not a freaking clue. Yeah, so I am planning on going to Ehrenberg. Wow, this guy's so pretty over there right now. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on. I'll show you. Look at that. This is what I love about this place. It's just so gorgeous. So yeah, that's the update. I hope I didn't leave anything out, because I really honestly can't remember. There was so much footage that I had that I needed to edit and upload, and it's gone. I'm so sorry. I did record a little bit of me letting go of stuff, my intentions to release and to manifest on 12/12 at 12:12 a.m. So I will put that up for y'all. It is going to be a little dark because I didn't use my flash, but there was just so much moonlight. It was incredible. It was like having daylight. It was great. Yeah, I am going to probably go hang out in Ehrenberg for a little bit until the Ehrenberg cleanup event, which I am going to volunteer at. And I guess that's where I'm spending Christmas and New Year's. As far as people, I don't need anybody commenting that anybody's talking crap about me, because I already know. And as far as up until the day that Puddin left from the videos that you saw, as far as I knew, we were friends, because we kept in contact the whole time via texting, calling, Facebook, everything. And you know what? I did not do anything to him to make him talk the way he's been talking about me. Nothing. And the things that he's saying is so not true. So apparently I sleep around. That's what he's been saying. And I'm not going to talk a lot about this, because I'm not going to use my channel that way. I don't want that to be my channel. So for those who have nothing better to do than talk shit on their channel about other people when they did absolutely nothing but be their friend, never asked a thing from him. We've just been friends the whole time. And then all of a sudden, people that I've blocked from my channel because of their rude comments, like Patty's Perspectives. Let me tell you something. Keep putting my personal information out there, because when I get murdered from the stalkers that I have because you put my personal information out there, they're going to come to you first. I'm going to leave a little note, and the cops will find it. And you will be the one charged because you put my personal information out there. I have reported your comment, and I will continue to report your comments. And for those who think that, like her, that I am a fraud, I think she used the word for, that apparently I'm not disabled. People, I've got mountains of medical records. I've got so many medical records, in fact, that I couldn't even get them in paper form when I left New York, because there were so many of them. There were just, it would have been a chapter like this, a book like this big. They said that your best bet, since you have so many medical records, is to just have them sent to wherever you are and have them look them up on the computer. And I'm not about to show my personal medical records to complete strangers. Sorry, Patty. And this is Patty's Perspectives, just to be clear. I'm not about to show my personal information to complete strangers that have no business looking at it. Thank you very much. The people that need that information have that information, and that's all that matters. So you go ahead, you make a little nosy little phone call because you have nothing better to do with your life than try and mess up other people's lives, even though you have no chance, because I'm not a fraud and I have years and years of medical records and x-rays and tests to prove that. It's not just pain issues that I suffer from. Yes, I do have a lot of pain issues, but it's not just that. It's also mental health issues because of all the messed up shit that's happened in my life. I suffer from CPTSD. I suffer from PTSD, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. I have ADD. I have dyslexia. And then on top of all this, I have been struggling with depression my whole life. I have major depressive disorder. At one point, they thought it was a manic depressive disorder, but it's major depressive disorder. I have tried to commit suicide a couple of times in the years past, of course. I'm way past that now. I've come a long way. But that's still me. I have generalized anxiety disorder, which means that you have anxiety about every single thing possible. Okay? Between that and my pain issues, between my three bulging discs in my lower spine that press on all four nerves that go down my legs, all four major nerves, between the fibromyalgia, between the memory loss, the not being able to comprehend information, not being able to retain certain new information. I have good days and bad days just like everybody else. I have fibromyalgia. It's just like... it has different stages, different levels, like autism does. So you have your good days and you have your bad days. I've broken so many bones. I have osteoarthritis. I have degenerative spine disease. I'm loaded with crap. I have carpal tunnel in both hands, which is why I vlog via this way, because I can't write more than 5 minutes without being sore as hell and having to use my braces. And the reason that you see me and I look okay is because I'm fighting through all this on a daily, nonstop, 24-hour basis, because I've lived with this stuff so long that I've learned how to fight through it just to be able to function on a regular daily basis. Just little things like making a bed are hard for me. If I have to do a lot of dishes, I have to do it in spurts and take breaks because of my back, because it's too hard for me. Just little things that most people take for granted of every day. This is why living in an RV is easier for me, because there's not as much to clean. I don't have that much housework to do. I keep my dishes very small, so when I dirty one, I wash it right away. This is the way I need to live, because this is the way that it's easier for me. Out there in the apartment life, stick and brick, it's too overwhelming for me. I can't function. I can't do normal everyday things, which is why it's impossible to get or even keep a job because of these issues. Because I'm slow, because of the OCD, everything has to be perfect or centered. And this life has helped me with that, but I'm still seriously OCD, and I still have serious anxiety issues. So maybe I'll do a video on some of the stories. Maybe I'll do like a story series or whatever. I don't know, but I haven't done one in a while. Like I've told before, I have the link in the description of every video of the Getting to Know Me video. It was like one of my first videos I ever made where I explained a lot of this stuff. And then there's the blood clotting issue. I have a blood clotting disorder that's genetic that nobody knew about until it almost killed me with a blood clot in my lung at 33 years old back in 2013. Okay, in 5 minutes, my life changed. 5 minutes, I went from being completely healthy and not knowing about that, well, completely healthy aside from my other issues that I already knew about, but then all of a sudden I felt like I was having a heart attack. And then I was misdiagnosed by the moron doctors in New York with pneumonia, and they wouldn't listen to me because I was already a multi-diagnosed patient. So they wouldn't listen to me when I told them that it was not pneumonia, that it was something else. They sent me home so that this blood clot festered in my lungs for over a week until my pain specialist that I had an appointment with that week made me go back in after being in his office about 5 minutes, not even. He knew immediately something was very wrong because I couldn't even say more than 3 words without taking another breath, and it was just unbelievable. And he was like, you need to go back in or I'm going to have the police escort you back in. And I did. I went back in because I'm a woman of my word. I promised I would. And next thing I know, they're like, oh, well, you have a major blood clot in your lung. Why didn't you come in sooner? I said I did, and you guys sent me home with pneumonia and wouldn't listen to me when I told you it wasn't. And he looked at me like, oh, shit, like, lawsuit, But I didn't pursue it because I did go to the lawyers to see what would be entailed in that. And they said it would take years for a medical malpractice suit to be filed and, have it all situated and stuff. And I wasn't about to let myself be stuck in a place that my nightmares are made of that long for something. Yes, it's serious. Yes, I don't want it to happen again, but nobody understands the desperation I had to get out of New York. I would have done pretty much anything with limits, But yeah, I mean, and then 7 days in the hospital, can't remember the first 2 days because I passed out from the pain. Either passed out or they put me out because when they were moving me to the room after the emergency room, it kept me for like 6 hours waiting for a bed. I was screaming so loud I was scaring the other patients. So I either passed out from the pain or they put me out. I still don't know to this day. I was in there for 7 days, and after tons of tests, found out that I had this massive blood clotting disorder. My blood was so thick that it was like pancake syrup, they said. And this had started with a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis in my foot that woke me up with a Charlie horse one night out of a sound sleep. And then I had cankles for days, and it broke off of my leg and moved to my lung. And they said that because it happened already and because it was misdiagnosed for a week, that it is way more likely to happen again. So I don't know if I mean, that was the point where I was already in planning. I'd already planned to sell everything. I was getting everything ready to do this life. And that was the point right there where I was like, okay, no more excuses. It's time to do this before I don't have the chance to do it anymore. Because in that hospital bed, when I was in the hospital bed with that blood clot and so much pain, I asked God, I said, God, you get me out of this, and I promise you, I will do everything I ever said to you that I would do. I will go and see the places that I've always wanted to see. I will make a difference in this world. And this is me keeping my promise. And that's why I'm so adamant that no matter how hard some things can be, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fighting because that's what I do. I'm not a victim. I am a survivor. I have survived this long, and I have survived through things that some people would never come back from. So for those of you thinking that I'm a fraud and you want to threaten me that you're going to tell Albany about my fraud, as far as my hula hooping goes, that's actually physical therapy, okay? Because the hoops are no impact because they're round and they weigh a couple ounces. So my doctors actually recommended that I do that because it helps my pain issues. Not only that, it also helps me de-stress and it helps with my anxiety. So yeah, and they recommended yoga as well to whatever point I can do it at. And I was doing that for a very long time when I was still on the oxycodone because it helped with my pain. And a lot of reasons that I don't hoop anymore is because I can only do it for so long between the pain and because the blood clot was there and festering for so long, it caused permanent damage to my lung. And I know I'm a smoker. I've been doing it for 20-something years. I've quit like 8 times. I think I'm doing pretty good since that's my only vice, besides chocolate and coffee. So yes, I do intend to quit eventually when things in my life calm down a little bit. But I do have serious, I had asthma before that, and now because of the permanent damage, it's even worse. Like I can't even go up certain, when I was doing the apartment life, I got a first floor apartment. I had to because I couldn't deal with going up and down the steps. Not only because of the pain issues and my ankles from breaking so many bones in my life because I'm a klutz and I've had a rough life. I've had a very rough life and I worked very, very hard at very physically demanding jobs for 30 years, just about, before I was declared disabled. Because I worked so hard. Because I worked so hard, I would break bones and not get them fixed. There's so many issues that I've had, and a lot of them are medical. A lot of them are klutz, and a lot of them are just because I've had a rough life. And I'm not saying this to have anybody have pity on me. I'm saying this because I've been getting threats from, for instance, Patty's Perspectives, that she's calling Albany and she is trying to spread my personal information that can get me killed because of stalkers on the internet. So I have reported her comment, and I will continue to report her comment and her channel. So be careful, Patty, because you could be the cause of me being murdered. I hope you understand that by putting my personal information out there. You can get me killed. Okay? Killed. Please don't do that. I don't care how much I hate somebody, I'm not going to do that. I would never put anybody's life in danger knowing that I would be putting their life in danger. You can hate me, you can be jealous of me all you want. I don't give a shit. But don't put my personal information out there, please. Because you're pretty much signing my death wish. And as for pudding, I have no other thing to say to you. I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that my subscriber jump went way over his, and his has been stuck for, oh, I don't know, the last two years since he initially got those subscribers, because he used Aja and other people to get subscribers. And he's been stuck at a standstill pretty much since. And I've done nothing but be his friend. And all of a sudden I get stabbed in the back like this, and now he's saying shit like he's saying. I don't understand it. I tried texting him about it last night, and he's being a complete douchebag. So, and I'm sure that his last video was another rant about me, and I really don't give a shit. Because I know that I don't sleep around. And I know that I am not a bad person, and I did nothing to him. Nothing but be his friend. And I'm getting stabbed in the back. And you know what? It's so funny because I worked so hard. I was so looking forward to coming back out here to seeing everybody. And there's a few people like him and, let's say, Pops, because he's already mentioned my name, that had just turned their back on me because I asked for help one time in my life when I actually really freaking needed it from my subscribers, which is nothing different than anybody else on YouTube has done. They don't ask for it because they already get it through AdSense, through Patreon, through, they have all the means to be paid. They get gifts in the mail with their P.O. boxes and everything. I don't have any of that, which is why I asked for help with donations. And I asked for help one time on my channel that I've had for 2 years, and I've worked my ass off trying to, do it all on my own without having to use any other people. I've had people ask if they wanted me to be interviewed on their channel, and I have too much anxiety for an interview kind of deal. I can't do that, and I don't want to do that. I wanted my channel to raise because I've said this before, because of me, because people like who I am. And it just sucks that I finally get out here, and those were two of the people that I missed the most, and I was so much looking forward to seeing, and I'm getting completely stabbed in the back and shunned because I asked for help one time on my channel. Apparently I committed a crime. For those of you who are new, I really appreciate it. I had so many great videos. I mean, even Paul Barger, if you don't know who he is the bread truck guy. He was parked right next to me at the Boondocking Bash, and I ended up meeting him and his girlfriend for the first time. It was so awesome. I've been watching him for a long time. I've been subscribed to him, so that was really, really awesome. I met so many amazing people, and I got so much help with this, and it's coming together slowly, and I'm losing the light, so I'm probably going to end this considering it's 23 minutes now. I wanted to update y'all on what's been going on, what the progress has been like, and where we're at now, and tell you that I have no footage. I have no footage left. It's all been wiped away because everything important to me was on that SD card, and it got completely wiped out. And I'm still trying to deal with that. And also, for the last couple of days, I got a call that a friend from junior high school passed away that was in my class. Her and her baby's dad were high school sweethearts. They were both in my class, and she passed away suddenly the other day, and I woke up to that text. So I've been going through some stuff here, and I'm freaking out about the COPA thing. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do this because, like I said, technology hates me, and I can't figure out how to find the correct way to put it so that I can say they're not for children, but still eventually get monetized. So yeah, I'm really sorry to everyone who was looking forward to the footage that I had. I had a great one of Wandering Wild Man, Jeremy. He's now a friend of mine, and they were doing karaoke that night. We were doing karaoke, and he came out and did this dance. It was really funny, but it's all gone. I had the unofficial flamethrower. I had my hula hoop out at one time. I had this great video of Aja and a couple other people doing the glow stick thing with the poi. It's all gone. I'm really sorry. I am working on it. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you can see it right now, but right here, I ended up scoring a 245 watt, excuse me, solar panel from my friend for $50. Some of you may know who he is. He's Greg. He lives out of his Class C. He's got a bird named Skipper. So he had it from the van build, and he couldn't put it on his roof because I guess his roof was too rotted to hold it. So I'm hoping that isn't the case with this one. I still got to do the skylights and reseal the roof, and then I can put that on. And then the Almost Happy Camper, which you've seen in the road off-roading video. Great guy. He had an extra solar charge controller. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. That could handle this because mine is just a basic one. It's just really small. So I ended up scoring a gel cell battery from the Boondocking Bash as well because they had a free pile. So somebody put batteries in there and I scored them. One of them, the terminal got melted because there was a little mix-up doing the battery. So yeah, we caught it just in time basically, but that battery was ruined. So my other battery that I had been using for the last year or 2 years was completely dead. So I ended up having to get a brand new battery. So I have a brand new battery in there that is now hooked up, and the solenoid is hooked up so that my RV charges it while I'm driving down the road. So I've got a brand new battery, way to charge it. Even if I don't have solar on right now, I can do it. I still don't have a lot of power, and I'm basically using the smaller 12 volt gel cell I'm keeping that charged with my solar panel, which unfortunately 2 nights in a row at the Boondocking Bash, I ended up waking up to the cord being cut. And at first I thought somebody had cut it because it was a major slice, like it was just smooth. And my friend Bob, who did the battery here, he actually ended up having the tools and know how to fix it. So he fixed it that night. I put it out again, and the next day it was chewed up again. But this time it was actually chewed up, you could tell. So I'm guessing it was a mouse out there that was doing it. So he fixed it again, and we figured out where we have a way to string the cord around the RV so that the cord wasn't on the ground or near the ground, and it hasn't been chewed up since. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. I hook that up so I can keep that 12 volt gel cell battery charged, because that is how I'm keeping my devices charged, between a delicate balance of using my my solar panel. This is a battery maintainer solar panel that I have. I got this in Lake Havasu a couple years back, and I actually have a video on that when I was doing it in my car because my car battery kept dying on me. So yeah, it plugs into the DC outlet in your cigarette lighter, and it keeps your battery charged. And I've gotten into the habit of putting that in the window like every single time that I am stopped somewhere. So it keeps my battery trickle charged the entire time. So my car battery, my starting battery, never dies. So it's a very delicate balance. I will usually plug in my my attachment that I told you about that has the 2 outlets, so I can charge 2 devices at once. And that's how I've been keeping my backup chargers charged, and then I can plug my phone in there as well. So I'll plug those in at night, let them charge up, and then I plug in my battery maintainer after that, so that during the day it keeps it charged when I'm not driving it. Yeah, so I think I covered everything. I did get some wheel chucks. That's been interesting figuring out, because when I was at the Boondocking Bash, I was kind of parked like that. So I ended up moving afterwards, but yeah, I've got that as well. I think I've covered everything. I have some footage of Silly Owls from the other night. That was one of the first places that I ended up going to when I first got here back in 2015 with my old motorhome. And I ended up making friends with one of the guys in there a couple of the dudes in there that make pizza. And we're still friends to this day. So I went over there the other night, and it was funny because the same band that was playing the first night that I went there, One Eyed Romeo, was actually playing there that night too. So it was great. I got some footage. I will be posting what I have. I don't have much, and there's nothing left from the Boondocking Bash, guys. I'm sorry, but it's all gone. It got deleted, and like I said, I'm really sorry that I don't get along with technology, but that's just sometimes what happens, and I know it happened for a reason. Maybe Spirit was trying to tell me that You know, I need to stop trying to control everything in my life and learn to lose stuff like that and not let it crush me like it has. So I'm trying to deal with that right now. I I'm going to get going because this is 30 minutes now, and I'm probably not going to edit it. And you'll notice, too, that I don't have my intro or outro on there because I lost that, too. So I have to redo those as well. So I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say, but that's the update. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, little red subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and hit that thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I am approaching 800 subscribers. When I reach 1,000, I want to do something really special. So if you guys have any ideas on what you'd like to see for a thank you out there for my 1,000 subscribers, like a special video on something or what, just any ideas at all, just put it in the comments and we'll figure it out. All right? I'm so sorry. I will put up more soon and I will be more consistent now. Like I said, I've been going through some serious stuff. The New Year's coming, and with the death of my classmate and losing all of my footage and everything else, and thinking I was going to be able to use the plumbing, and now $600 more into the plumbing just from a little pipe and a couple of attachments, but that's top end. But they're really nice about it, and he said that would be like the tops if it took that long. It depends on how long it takes them to replace it. So yeah, so I'm going to try and figure out a way to save some money over the next couple of months and hopefully get that fixed. And until then, I can't do this whole... I had a porta potty in my van too. So until this gets fixed, I'm going to buy a porta potty because I need a porta potty. But yeah, that's the update. Sorry it took so long, sorry I haven't been on, and I'm sorry it doesn't look very professional anymore because my intro and outro got deleted, along with the last 10 months of my life. So keep watching, I will make a new one, let me know what you think of it, and I will talk to y'all soon. Love you. Peace out. Alright guys, so as I said, the master cylinder was replaced within the first... I'd gotten there, and about a half an hour later, my neighbor had come up to me, and we had got to talking, and he asked about my trip here, and I got on the master cylinder that I still needed to do that. Well, he's like, I might be able to help you out with that. So, within that next day, he came up and said that him and another friend, Jim and Bob, I believe it was, ended up finding a master cylinder for me and Yuma, and Bob, I believe that's his name, gave him a ride to go get it, and then they came back, and it was the same day that we did the off-roading trip. That night he started putting it in, and the next day it was done. The lines were bled and it was done. So this is the brand new pretty master cylinder. Now, I've already thrown out the old one. As I said, I lost all of my footage, so I'm really sorry. I had footage of this being put in. I had footage of all kinds of stuff. We also did... Another friend ended up helping me get the battery installed. Hold on, I'll show you that. Alright, so as you see, I now have a battery installed, and it's brand new. Can't remember the rating. Don't want to pull it out because we've got it in there nice and tight. The purple on the side is the leftover foam insulation that I had, so it doesn't move anywhere, but it actually fits perfect between those two bars. And then I just had the propane tank filled, so I now have propane, which means I can use my heater as soon as I get that old mouse nest out of there that we found when we were inspecting this. I can finally use my heater. Well, I got it locked right now. It's a mess in there anyways right now, but I can finally use my heater, and I can finally use my stove. And then the other day, I got a dumping hose, sewer hose, so I ended up replacing these because they kept falling out on me, and I had to get them in there. These fit nice and tight. The other ones were so old, they were just falling out every time. So I'm glad that these are replaced, because basically the hose I got for the sewer will fit right in there. So that's where the sewer hose gets stored. But I do have to clean it out first because there's a bunch of rust and stuff in there, so I'm thinking vacuuming it. Now, I did test the water tanks just now, and it filled fine. All the water ran fine. There was a little leak in the bathroom faucet. It was leaking a little bit, but it's okay because it went right down into the drain. But the problem is that when I came outside, I noticed that this was leaking. So where that thing is right there, right here, this is leaking. And then what it did is I couldn't get it open, so it backed it up into the other one up there. That one right there, leaking like crazy. And a little bit from out there. Therefore, for now, I'm getting a porta potty as soon as possible because I can't do this anymore without a porta potty. I just stopped at RV Lifestyles, which is just down the road from Dome Rock here. It's on the access road to Dome Rock. And he said top estimate he could give me if it costs a lot and it would need to be upgraded to the parts that, they have now. Basically, it would cost anywhere between $500 to $600 tops to replace just those pieces that I showed you.